on this computer. Okay, so guys, welcome to our team call. I'm so pumped for this one because Kelsey just got back from the New Leader Conference, and if you guys don't know what that is, it is one of the most powerful events that you could be invited to. It is so exclusive, and I'm going to let her go into details about that. But it's the first time, really, they call it the New Leader Conference because you have, it's the first time that they actually treat you like, you are supposed to be there, like the top of the company. It's not that they ever treat us badly, but at Summit, it's just so big. It's not personalized and as much as, it is so personalized, but the New Leader Conference is just so exclusive that you just really feel like a true leader there, and you really feel like that you are heard and your voice is heard, and you actually get to have the time to talk to Carl, to talk to top coaches, to really network with people. And Kelsey's going to go into just kind of that emotion on top of what she learned, on top of, giving us some other great things. But I definitely want to go over some quick announcements really quickly. I don't have much today other than tomorrow, guys. One of my good friends, Candace Talbot, she's guest speaking on the National Wake Up Call, and she's actually talking about free groups and how to utilize them, and how the invite process has totally been simplified and just broken down, which has created, an easy funnel for her to help people and to keep people coming into her business. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time, Candace is going to talk all about that. We know the power of free groups and how that just brings in new people and a way for us to create new relationships. So that is going to be a really, really awesome call. Candace is a mom of 3. She actually retired her mom and her husband, and she does Beachbody full time. So she's somebody that, had to bust her booty to get where she is. So I really respect and value her opinion. So I think it's going to be an incredible call tomorrow. I'm going to dive in because I really respect Kelsey's time tonight. I know she's had a long day traveling and she's just getting back, and I'm sure she has a ton to talk to us about. So I just want to say thank you again for doing this. I know you're going to turn around and probably repeat everything again in a couple of days on your own team call, but this is going to be really valuable for Misfit Legion, so I appreciate you taking the time. In case you guys, just before she starts, like I said, the New Leader Conference, it's really incredible, but what's even cooler is it's only February, which means that if you guys want to go there next year, you absolutely have the opportunity to do so. You simply just have to be a 2-star diamond by December 31st and have the allotted elite points. So or premier points, or just, yeah. So you don't have to even be premier, do you? You have to have so many elite points. They call them elite points, but they can go for elite or premier. So I'm not sure what the number is, but basically how you earn those points, you can just go to the FAQ, print out the elite goal guide. You're going to earn them by helping your coaches see success and getting in Success Club. You're going to earn them by helping customers get a certain amount of PV, meaning if they reorder Shakeology or if they stay on a certain product, etc. There's all types of ways to earn points in your organization. So if you're a 2-star and you have those amount of points, guess what? You're getting that invitation to the New Leader Conference. You're getting hooked up with awesome gear. You're getting invited to these amazing parties. You're networking with the corporate, the CEO of the business. You're really getting down and dirty with what this mission is and really truly seeing it firsthand. I know that everybody that comes back from New Leader Conference goes, wow, I didn't know it was like this. I knew we help people and I knew we change lives, but wow. This is a real business. This is so much bigger than what I thought it was. So it's just like that other level experience that you guys will get that really kind of solidifies this. I think Summit is a great example of that. New Leader Conference absolutely is. The 5-star and above leader conference at the end of every year. It's amazing. Any Super Saturday you can get is a cool glimpse of it, but the real impact is when you make it to those big corporate events, because that's what really just shows you what this company is and all that. So, Kelsey, are you ready? I got my notebook. I'm ready to take some notes, and I'm excited. Go ahead.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm just going to start this off by saying that literally I just got back this morning, and as she's talking about it, I'm sitting there thinking about my experience, and my heart is beating really fast because I'm oh my God, how am I supposed to take what I experience and share it with you guys, where I can provide the value. I can get you as excited as I was, because I'm literally what I'm about to do is take 2 days full of stuff and try to condense it into about 40 minutes or less. And it is going to be tough, because this was, I'm going to get really emotional probably many times throughout this call, because this was an experience that I have never had in my 3 years. And what I want to do, kind of preface this by, it was kind of the theme of our entire weekend. And I want to start off by telling you guys to pull out a sheet of paper and have a pen. And I want you guys to not write anything down yet, but I want you to listen to me talk first. And at the end of my talk, I want you to write down one word. The theme of the entire weekend was one word that describes what Beachbody has done for your life, or what it has given you. Don't write it down yet, because I want you to hear what I have to say before you do. So just kind of have that ready, because I want Natalie to have a cool picture at the end of this where everybody holds it up and shows what it is. Because that was the most eye-opening thing to me. That's the first thing they said when we got there, and I literally was like, my mind started racing. I'm like, belief, confidence, all this different stuff. And all I kept thinking about was all these words popping in my head, but they said, not yet. Like, it'll come to you, just wait. And it's so true, because maybe something I say will make it come to you tonight. So just kind of have that ready. And if you think about it as I'm talking, go ahead and write it down. Just don't write it down right now. I want to start off with how I failed getting there in my past 2 years. I wanted to be at New Leader Conference, to be quite honest, because Natalie did it. Natalie was going, and she qualified for it that first year that it ever happened. It's only 3 years old. It's still brand new. And I didn't want it because I thought it was like going to advance my business. I just wanted to go with her, pretty much. And that's not a good enough reason for wanting to do something like that. Like, you have to have a deep rooted issue, like just like your why on why you want to accomplish any type of goal. So I missed it the first year. The second year, I wanted it for my own selfish reasons. I was such a shiny object chaser my second year as a coach, where I was just wanting to come on, and I was trying to get all the recognition. And 2-star didn't mean that I was advancing 2 diamonds on my team. It just meant that I got a bonus, and it meant that I got to go to that New Leader Conference, and it meant that I got all that gear, and then I got all this stuff. I didn't realize the role that 2-star diamond actually plays in your business until this one. And I'm past 2-star diamond right now. But at the same time, that was truly, and as you're about to hear, the growth point in my business whenever I hit 2-star diamond. Because guys, 2-star diamond, while it is not easy, and I will never say it's going to be easy to get there, it is extremely achievable. It is extremely achievable. And most oftentimes, when you achieve 2-star diamond, one of them is your spouse. So it's technically you're advancing your 1 diamond on the opposite leg. But that is your foundation. And if 2-star diamond, if I can just put it this way, I would go for 2-star diamond just to get to this, because this will change everything for you. I didn't necessarily have the money to spend to go to this event. I didn't have the money to spend to go to Summit last year or the year before that. I didn't have the time. And honestly, like, I had to take time away from my business to grow this weekend. But I'm coming back with a whole new energy that you can only get from being at events. And guys, I recorded every single video. I'm uploading them to YouTube right now to share with you all, so you'll get all the trainings. But here's the thing. You guys will watch them and you will not feel the energy that I felt. You will not feel what I felt in that moment, because being there live is a different experience completely. So if you can just, if you get to Summit first off, and then put it on your goal board to get to New Leader Conference, you have an entire year to get there. And I'm going to tell you why. I want to go next into the experience as a whole. As Natalie said, and I actually texted her this last night, this was the first experience that I had as a coach in 3 years where I was looked at as a leader. They talked to me as they wanted my input on things. They asked what I thought about certain things. They wanted to know more about me. You would be sitting at a table with a glass of wine, and Jeff Hill would walk up to your table and be like, "Hey, what are you getting out of this? Like, what can I learn from you as a coach?" And they're asking you how to make their company better. And that was the coolest thing in the world to me, to have him walk up to me and ask me what I could offer to this company, what I was getting out of this and what I was going to take home to my team. You have people that you consider your Beachbody celebrities. The Melanie Mitchell was there. Michael Folsom was there. Ashley Smith, number 8 in the company. Was an up and coming last year. She killed it. These are real people. And they sit down and they talk to you and they have zero intention of trying to hide shit from you because they want you to be as successful as you possibly can be. And they lay stuff out on the table for you. They give you what you need to succeed at this event. People know who you are. And I think that was the coolest thing ever, was people like stopping me and being like, oh, are you Kelsey Smith? And I'm like, yeah, like I am her. Like, and then they don't know who you are, but they know you because they see you on social media. And they feel like they know you. And then you meet these people that you've been sitting there through a Zoom chat with for the longest time. And all of a sudden, like, you're best friends because you're vibing so well. You're all on this like new high from this conference and you're just great. So people knowing who you are, and it's not just your friends and your people that you're talking to via Zoom chat all the time, but like people from corporate knowing who you are. People meeting you the first night and coming up to you remembering your name the next night. People saying, hey, you're Kelsey Smith. You're the one that you were in the top, you were in that elite video. Like, that was like, whew, that was a moment because 2 years ago, guys, I was one out of 450,000 or 400,000 coaches. And this weekend I was Kelsey Smith, and that was really freaking cool. They looked at me like I was a really solid part of their organization. You would introduce yourself to somebody and they would know who you are already and what you're doing for this company and the organization that you're building. And that was really powerful. And the last thing about the atmosphere of this is that it's small and it's intimate. As Natalie said, Summit is, for those of you how many of you have not been to Summit? Okay, Summit is going to be really overwhelming for a lot of you. There's a lot of people there. You're going to be having a great experience. Don't get me wrong. I leave Summit as a whole new person every year too. But it's big. It's big, and you kind of feel like you might be lost in the crowd a little bit. Again, this was a moment for you to really get to know your peers, get to know the people that are doing stuff right in this company, and really interacting with your sales team, interacting with Michael Neiman, Jeff Hill, Carl, and it's just a really cool thing. The one thing that I want to say about this conference was a lot about mindset. A lot of this was about mindset. I came ready to learn at this. I came ready to get myself out of the slump that I was feeling back in January. And I mean, a lot of you might not even realize I was going through a slump in January, but I went through this whole moment of like, great, my team hit elite. I feel incredible. And now what? And all of a sudden I was like in my mind thinking I needed to change things. And I was like going back and forth and going crazy. And this couldn't have come at a better time for me because I was beating myself up. I had no idea like what I was supposed to be doing going into this new year. Meanwhile, I wasn't supposed to be doing anything different. But they call this the New Leader Conference. So this is primarily focused for new leaders. And this is all about embracing that role as a leader. Understanding that you are, or that you can be a leader. You have the opportunity to step into that role if you have not already. And only you will know when you have. One of the coolest takeaways I got from this entire thing, and I have it highlighted in my notes, is diamond doesn't mean leader. Michael Neiman said that that's the first thing he said, because they brought up the leadership ladder. And this is a freaking crazy statistic. Ready for this? They said when it came to dropping rank in 2016, people that lost their 5% of team leaders, if they were a diamond and they were a team leader status, 5% dropped. Non-team leaders on the leadership ladder, 59% dropped at a diamond. Diamond doesn't mean leader. And while that should be a goal for every single one of you especially, diamond is not technically your starting place. It's a great accomplishment when you get it. But and what I've learned from this is that I have to set the bar for my team to understand that diamond is like, congratulations, and you're going to celebrate the hell out of that. But the next day, it's time to continue achieving diamond. It's time to continue taking this to the next level. We should never be complacent at diamond. No one should be complacent at diamond. And I literally, that's the one thing that I have it highlighted, is that team leader is the bar that we need to be setting for our teams. Diamond is part of team leader, and you have to be a diamond coach to be a team leader. But look at the leadership ladder, guys. If you are not understanding what that is, like reach out to your upline, reach out to Natalie, ask her to explain it to you. This is so important. And from what I got out of this weekend, everything where our company is going to be based off of team leader status. They're changing stuff at Summit. There's going to be exclusive trainings, exclusive tracks straight for team leaders and 2-star diamonds. Like they're changing stuff because they understand that diamond is great, but that's your foundation. And people used to think that emerald was the foundation. Emerald's the beginning. Diamond is your foundation, and you need to start building from diamond. So think about that. Team leader is something that you're going to want to set. And I think that's the biggest thing is this conference is about stepping into that role as a team leader. What team leader doesn't mean is, okay, now I'm a 2-star diamond coach and I am a team leader and great. No, like you need to actually be a leader to your team. Like you are leading a team at that point when you achieve that rank on the leadership ladder. So go from there. I'm now going into my 5 big takeaways out of all this stuff. And guys, like, I think this is, I brought this journal with me. I found this and I'm pretty sure Natalie, you sent this to me to make your own path. And I pulled this out because I've been waiting. I always save my pretty ones for special events because I don't want to like ruin. I'm so weird. You know me. I'm OCD. So I pulled this out and I said, I want to take this with me. Look, this is how much. Let me get to it. This is New Leader Conference. This is all New Leader Conference here. Okay. So let me try to break this down into 5 things that I took out of this that I hope inspire you and I hope that you take away from this. Number 1, this is the first time that I walked away from an event not wanting to change everything I was doing. It's really easy when you, especially, and this is one thing I'm going to warn you guys about if you're going to Summit, is that you will go there and you will hear what everybody else is doing and you will go into this crazy mindset that you need to start changing everything. You're like, oh my God, Natalie is doing this and it's working for her and it's just, I've never even thought of that. So now I'm going to change my whole Get Started Right process so that way that I can do it her way. And I was guilty of that in my past 2 summits, is going there and like writing this giant to-do list down and trying to change things. Meanwhile, like they weren't me. They weren't who Kelsey was. It wasn't how Team Simply Beautiful worked. And it was just holding me back. This is the first time that I got to go somewhere and literally take notes on how to tweak things to make them a little bit better, but not to change things. And that was a really cool feeling to know that I was onto something. I was onto something that was working. And I think this is what was really funny about it, is that Michael Folsom is a Superstar Diamond coach. Melanie Mitro, three times Superstar Diamond coach. And you have Ashley Smith, who went from being at the New Leader Conference being at the New Leader Conference in my seat last year to being number 8 in the company, telling me, looking me in the eye and telling me the basics of the business. What they did to become successful was to do the effing vital behaviors. And it is so funny that we think that those things are just horse crap and like, oh, then when you get to 2-star diamond, we'll stop doing those and we'll move on to other things. It is always the vital behaviors, including your 15-star diamond coaches are doing the same things. I literally was cracking up in the audience that the first thing that came out of every single one of their mouths is, I didn't do anything special. I just did the vital behaviors. And we're like, and what else did you do? And that was it. Like, that's all they were doing over and over and over again. When they talked about like what they were doing to achieve success, they would say that they upped their numbers. That was the biggest difference between our top coaches out there and just people that are barely getting by, is that they're consistent, very, very consistent. They show up every single day, no matter what. And I'm going to post it. I'm going to share more resources in Misfit Legion for you guys that I took. But you should see Melanie Mitcher's schedule. There is no wonder that woman is number 1 in the company for 3 straight years. She schedules in freaking when it's time to go pee or shower. Like, she has her day planned out. She knows what she's doing. She knows where her time is going. She schedules time to be with her family. Her work-life balance is like phenomenal. And she is succeeding. The only thing that makes her different than us is that when she puts her head down, she sets a timer and she does what she has to do. She does her this is literally what she said. I do my invites. I form with people. I invite people, or I follow up with people. I add to my net. Like, she literally was like pointing off the shit that I tell my team to do every single day. But for some reason, we have a hard time letting it click in our minds that it might just be that easy. If we do those small things every single day, it might just be that easy to be successful in this business. Every single one of those coaches said that. And it was mind-blowing to me because I was like, okay, there we go. Kelsey, I literally write in this journal every single time, you're doing something right. You're on the right track. And I constantly reminded myself of that the entire time. Positive affirmations to myself. You're on the right track. You're doing this correctly. Maybe tweak this a little bit. When it came to what I was personally doing every day, I knew that I was on the right track, and I literally was smiling like tenfold, knowing that I was going to be like, I'm going to be a silent this year. I'm coming in, and they're going to know what hit them because I do this shit every day. And like, I can confidently say that. So my question to you, and I can see a lot of your faces, how many of you can say you are doing that every single day? Rain or shine, when you're sick, when shit hits the fan, when the baby's crying, when you just don't feel like it, you still show up. She has business hours. Melanie Mitchell has 1 hour on Saturday and 1 hour on Sunday where she is doing something. Something. Wakes up at 5 a.m. every day to do something. So what's different about you and Melanie Mitchell? You're not doing what she's doing. That's it. Or you're not doing enough of it. That's it. Let me see here. This is another thing that they said over and over and over again. And it's, again, on the plan on the way back after Natalie asked me to talk, I went through my notes and started highlighting things. And one thing I noticed that was a very common theme, and this is something that I really want you guys to write down and really focus on. You need to accept where you are right now. You need to take ownership of that. Where you are in your business is 150% your fault. Accept where you are right now because that is the only way that you will be able to move forward. Take ownership of where you are, and it has to be a gut check. If you are not happy with where you are, make sure that you acknowledge that. Take ownership of that and be ready to make the changes from that. But you can't just pretend and get on this call and listen to me talk and be like, no, I am doing all that stuff. And then you're not in the Success Club, or you're not bringing on coaches. Because you're not. You have to take ownership. If you're missing Success Club every month, take ownership of that. If you're not a diamond coach right now and you want to be, take ownership of that. If you're falling in and out of rank, take ownership of that. And then that's when you can make the decision of what you're going to do to move forward. Okay? Like, that's the only way that you can do that, is if you accept where you are right now. Like, literally, I was flipping through here, and every single thing is the same. Do a gut check on where you're at. This is not easy. And another thing that I highlighted underneath the same thing, underneath the gut check, is that we need to get in the mindset of understanding that coaching is a gift and not a job. This is a gift to you. This was a gift handed to you on a silver platter, and the moment that you act like this is a job, it gets really shitty. It gets boring, and your mindset goes to shit. Like, that's how it is. And like everything, again, you guys have heard me talk, you've heard people talk about this before. This is not new information to you. And that's why this is so freaking cool. Because this is not a job. And I don't look at this as a job. It has to be a mindset shift. And this was my number 4, actually. So I kind of just went into number 4, was the mindset shift. Like, you have to take ownership of this. Like, you have to be transparent on social media about your roller coaster of life. You also have to understand, and please write this one down too. A lot of coaches, and I actually want to see this by a show of hands. How many of you guys believe that, like, you're supposed to be posting your life, Beachbody, and they're 2 separate things? Is anybody doing that? Like, being completely separate about it? Because here's the thing, and I notice this a lot, and like with people in my organization, is that it's like, okay, I'm going to do one post about my life, and then I'm going to do one post about Shakeology, and I'm going to do one post about life. We have to, like, also understand that because this is a gift, we need to show people how it's impacted our lives every single day. It's not Kelsey and then Beachbody. Beachbody is part of Kelsey. Like, it is me. Every single part of my life and who I am in this moment today, like Kelsey Smith, the first, she is who she is because of Beachbody. So I think the thing is, and Melanie Mitchell said this, is a lot of times we go off and we think that we're like doing this overkill. We're talking about it all the time. That's the importance of telling your story and being transparent, because she said, and she actually told us to write it down in all capital letters, really big in our notes, it's not overkill to talk about it every single day. It is your life. It's part of your life. It's not going to be your entire life where it's like Shakeology, Shakeology, Shakeology. But what has this done for you? Why is this a gift to you? And I'm going to share my example in a second, but why is this a gift to you? The next thing is your coaches and your teams. And if you don't have coaches or a team yet, this is still important. A question that was asked that really hit me hard and actually got me really emotional was, do my coaches feel valued as people and not just coaches on my team? Do I look at my coaches and let them know that I appreciate their friendship? That this is not just Beachbody all the time. This was really eye-opening to me because I think I do. I think my team does have a great an atmosphere. I think we do. I think we're a very close team. But when I was hearing what these coaches were doing for their teams, I was like, shit, man. They're sending them letters every month, just saying they're thinking about them. They know what's going on in their lives outside of Beachbody. And I think that the biggest thing to remember is that, like, again, just like I said, that Beachbody it gave me my gift. My life is better because my coaches are in my life. I have what I have today because my coaches are in my organization, because I have their friendship in my life. And there's a big disconnect where we think that, like, they're just coaches on my team. They hit Success Club and I can hit Elite. Or they hit this, or they hit this, or they hit Diamond, I can be a 1-star. If she hits Diamond, I'll be 2-star qualifying. And guys, this is a trap I fell into 2 years ago, and that's why I failed really bad. Do you look at your coaches as them being a stepping stone to your goals, or them being a part of your entire mission? Because I can tell you one more thing that I wrote underneath of this. Kelsey, you're doing something right. While I'm not, I know I could always be better. And I'm not saying that I am perfect. And I have I left that place with like, oh my God, my coaches are going to love me after this, because I have all these things I'm going to start doing to make them feel more valued. And honestly, that's where my priority instantly went, was like, okay, I'm going to help them reach their goals. But one thing I noticed, a common theme about my coaches that really advance fast, is they feel valued by me as their leader. They know that, like, no matter what, I am still their friend. That they can text me and they can tell me when their husband's pissing them off. That they can tell me when one of their coaches quit, and et cetera, et cetera. I know my coaches can call me, and they know they can text me at any time and tell me what's going on. But there are some coaches on my team that don't do that, and they don't know that, and that is my effing fault. Because I'm not showing them that they can do that. That there is more to what I have with them than just Beachbody. So ask yourself that. Are you doing that with your coaches? Do they feel like a stepping stone in your giant mission to become the next 2-star Diamond on Misfit Legion? Or do they know that, because I can honestly say, and I know I see some of my coaches on here, I never made Elite like a Kelsey thing. Natalie, and I learned that from Natalie. Natalie never made pushing for Elite a Natalie thing. It was always a team thing. Us pushing for Elite this year is a team thing. Me helping them push for Elite is also a freaking team thing. So ask yourself that, and that should be a huge gut check to some of you. And again, accepting where you are right now, so that way you can make the change. right? There's nothing, if that's what you're dealing with right now, don't beat yourself up. Don't get off this call and feel defeated. Just be willing to make that change. So I want to talk about my moment. The moment I lost my shit is what I call it. Mindset, right? You hear all these good nuggets. And they did a presentation about Elite. And obviously this is a 2-star Diamond Plus group. So they're pretty much showing the 2 stars because it was designed for 2 stars, how to get to Elite. So a lot of it I knew. I knew a lot of the stuff where I was like, where we were like how to get the points and stuff like that. And again, if that's something you're shooting for, please make sure you reach out to your upline for that. I'm not going to get into how to do that tonight. So I was sitting there listening to it. I was still taking notes because I was like, there's some things I could be better at and different things and stuff like that. And then they show a video of what, I'm trying to pull it up really quick, a video of the coaches getting the call last year. And if you guys don't know what the call is, it's whenever the corporate, after you hit Elite, they call you and they tell you where you were ranked, that you're officially Elite. And I remember seeing that video last year, and Meredith Kelly, you guys will know who she is, she made it in that video. And I remember thinking to myself, like, that would be so cool to be in that video. And I remember looking at those coaches and being like, I just want that so bad. Like, I want that so bad. Like, I knew that I wanted it for some reason, and I wanted to make that happen for myself. And I wanted to make that happen for my team, and that's why I went after it so bad. So I'm going to share something with you guys really quick because this is the video that they played at New Leader Conference. So let me share. Can you guys see this? Oh.
Finally, we came to a conclusion. 2 years in a row, and way to go, Brittany. Why do you do this to me, guys? Like, come on, everybody likes to be You did it. You and your team did it. I love you, God. I'm so good with you so much, sweetie. You're oh my God. It's like I'm shaking and sweating. I'm so speechless. I don't know. You should be able to stay home with you guys and help some of you guys be able to stay home. Create a life that they want to live and not be upset about every day, thinking their kids and missing memories and missing moments. It means so much for all of us. Lots of craziness and we heart, lots of heart, a lot of hustle. Also going to be here with everything. Consistency, and not pushing people. Just love them. That is my best advice. Passion, growth, and leadership. Self-belief, and hyphenated, never give up. Giving, sacrifice, and intentional. If you have the hustle in the heart, do whatever you set out to do. There's nothing stopping you. The only thing that can stop you is yourself. When a one-star diamond dropped rank in the middle of the year right after the summit, I had a life-shattering event happen to me, and I took it all the way back up to 5-star, and it's all because my team was behind me, we did it together, and anything is possible if you have a great dream, you can do it. 4-time Elite 10 coach, number 3 in the entire network. That's pretty rare here, so congratulations, Amy.
I'm Kate Januszewski, Lindsay Cradle. We are sisters. We are both 2017 2-time Elite coaches. Wow! We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it!
This is the first time ever, 3-time top coach.
In other words, I really don't. I'm very honored. I'm very proud. I can't think of a better place to be in a business that has just changed my personal life, my family life forever in such a positive way. I mean, it's incredible. I'm just very blessed.
Did you guys see how much bigger it is than you think it is? Like, I was in that. And 1 year ago, I watched everybody else do it. And I had no idea how I was going to do it. But I said, I'm going to get in that video next year. And I'm going to make my team proud. I'm going to make my husband proud. I'm going to make everybody proud, my coach proud. And I was in that video. And it's not just me. You guys got to hear everybody else. Like, that's not all of them. There's so many more. You got to hear a lot of people talk about what it has done for their life. And none of them in there said 6-pack abs. None of them in there said nutrition. Everybody talked about what this has literally done for their lives because they decided to go for it. So this pops up on the screen, and naturally I'm a blubbery mess. The next speaker comes up, and he's talking about income. His name's Arnaud. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He does the Canadian market. And he puts up a quote on the screen that says, he's talking about this coach that she decided that she was just going to go for it. She was an Emerald coach, and she was just going to do it. She was going to make this happen for herself. And you see her at the beginning, like overweight and miserable. And at the end, you see her with a big family, 6-figure earner, so happy. And then so he goes, life is going to pass, in 5 years from now, life is going to pass you by, right? Whether you do anything about it or not. And it's up to you on what decision you want to make. And during him saying this, they put a picture of Zach and I up on the screen on our honeymoon, where he has his arms around me and he's kissing my cheek. And for the first time, I got to look at that picture and realize what I did for my family. That I changed not just my life, I changed his life. And because Beachbody came into my life, I have been able to gift that to so many other people. And that picture is what gave me my word. That word I talked about at the beginning of this call, and it was life. Because I was heading down a really wrong path, and my relationship was in jeopardy because of it. Depressed, miserable, drowning myself in alcohol. And this business gave me a second chance. And I'm no different than any other coach on this call. I just decided to go for it. I decided that I was worth it, and that I was going to make this happen for myself, and that I was going to be the best leader to my team as possible. And because I did that, I can confidently look at the man out there, and he told me, after I told him the story, he goes, you did. You changed my life. And if you didn't do this, I don't know where we'd be. And that's powerful. So I have so many other notes. I have so much more I can say, but I just wanted to leave you with this. You can be there. You can be anywhere you want to be. I went from, and I don't know how many of you guys know my elite journey. I went from a diamond coach, a very unstable diamond coach, by the way, barely hanging on by a thread on January 1st, 2016. And I just lost my entire team. And I woke up on January 1st and I text Natalie and I said, this is the year that my team will be a top 200 elite team. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to New Leader Conference next year, and I'm going to Summit, and I'm going to Leadership. And I'm going to make sure that I earn every single one of those things. I'm going to make sure that my team's with me. And my challenge, which is their challenge, is that I have coaches at the New Leader Conference next year. Because I know for Natalie, it was probably really cool to see one of her coaches there. And all I wanted to do, all I kept thinking the entire time is like, I need to get my coaches there. I have vision. I knew what I wanted. I went from a diamond coach to a 7-star combined team in 1 year. Not because I was like, let's just shoot for shiny rings, but because I finally realized what it meant to be a leader. And that meant gifting this business to as many people as possible. So where I'm taking from this and where I'm going with this today is that 2017, I talked to Natalie about this 2 days ago, and I am shitting myself as I'm about to say it. Oh, I'm saying it out loud for the first time. My team is going for top 10 in 2017. And I talked to them, and we said, we can do this. And I believe in them, and I believe in us. And what Natalie said made perfect sense. You shoot for the moon, and worst case scenario, you land in the stars. And I am going for it. They're going for it. My team's excited about it. And it's not just we're going for top 10 for recognition. I'm going for top 10, meaning that I have a shit ton of 2 to 5 star diamond coaches on my team. Like, that's what I'm thinking. And that's where my head's at, and that's how excited I am. I'm sweating. Literally what you just heard in that video, I'm shaking and sweating at the same time. I don't know where I came up with that, how embarrassing that they used that quote. But still, it's the truth. Like, it's such a crazy, scary goal. I have to literally redo my vision board because I had top 50 on my vision board. I have to take it off. Like, I'm doing it. Like, I'm going for it. They're going for it. They're excited about it. And that makes me go into this. What is your word? What is your word that what in regards to Beachbody? Opportunity. I see opportunity. I love that one. I'm going to write mine down again now, so if you wanted to take a picture. Happiness, freedom. It was backward. Why is mine backward and everybody else isn't? It's just because it's my screen. Is mine backward to you guys? Oh. I was like, why is everyone else? Value, freedom, team, life, motivation. Pictures clip. Inspiration, freedom, chance, healthy. This is incredible. Look at this. Motivation. Okay, Natalie, do you want to take a picture of it really quick? Do you want me to do it, or do you want to do it? You're doing it? Okay. Awesome. Look at that.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry, I got it. I was waiting for everybody else. I was like,
look at that. Look what it's doing for everybody. It's all different reasons. But like, here's the thing. I want you guys, what you just wrote down, to not throw that away, tear it off, and put the date on it. Put the date on it and like put it somewhere random so you can like find it like a year from now when it's giving you that. When it's giving you like, when you feel like, when you guys are sitting at a New Leader Conference and you see your picture pop up, and that you just realize that you literally defined your life that way. Like, I have a life because of Beachbody. So my advice, and I'll be sharing so many more nuggets. Like, I recorded everything. I'm gonna post like a whole shitload of stuff probably over the next couple of days, and my team page as well as your guys's, to make sure that everybody gets to see this stuff. So please watch it, please. It's incredible.
Will you let us know when you get your YouTube channel uploaded?
Yeah, they're all going up right now, so I can totally do that. But does anybody have any questions?
No questions. Thank you so much. This was so great. No questions? All right, guys, I'm literally taking a tack. And I'm putting this up on my board right now because that word just makes me think of like so many things in my life. So awesome. We appreciate you. Thank you. Congratulations. And we're all freaking rooting you on. You just said that out loud. I didn't think you would. I'm so proud of you for doing that. So
yeah,
it's here for everybody. And guys, don't look at Kelsey and be like, wow, like what an amazing experience. That would be so cool. Like, look at her and be like, well, you know what? I better make some big goals too. And I better, make myself sweat when I think of something that I want to achieve in my business. And I better get my butt in gear and start working hard. Like, let that be an inspiration to you and not something that, holds you back or paralyzes you. It should show you like, man, she's just like anybody else. She's no better than I am. I'm no better than she is. I'm no better than anybody else on this call. It's what separates everybody is their work ethic and their belief and the power of belief they have in themselves. So know that. Know every day that you show up, know every day that you do that one fingernail more that somebody else isn't doing, you're creating your dreams and your dream life and getting yourself one step closer to that freedom and that lifestyle and that, life essentially that you've always wanted. So I'm super inspired. Thank you again, Kelsey. Get some rest, girl. I'm glad you had an amazing time. I can't wait to see more of what you add in the page and watch those videos. And guys, this is recorded, so get your teams to watch this call. And let's have a great week. We got a couple days left in the month. Let's lock in our goals, kick some booty, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.